Y'all know it's the end of my shift. I have finally finished it for the day. Life is funny. It's very funny. It can change at a drop of a dime. One day you can be up, and the next day you could be down. One day you can have employment, and the next day you can be unemployed. One day your household is whole, and the next day is divided. One day you can be healthy, and the next day they have given you 2 weeks. Life is funny. And you know what's even funnier than life is people. Because people change like the wind blow through the trees. People that you think that you can share your most deepest thought process and you would get a good response from, you don't get that, right? And family members who you think that will always be in your corner, they're not there. And the funny part to all of it is the word that people use, I love you, right? They say I love you, or they say love you. See you later, love you. Talk to you soon, love you. It was nice we hung out, love you. Until the next time, love you. But what happened when there's no next time? What happened when the relationship that once was solid is on a weak foundation now? What happened when there is no communication? What happened when there's no care, there's no concern? What happens? What do you do in that situation? How do you feel? Well, most of the time, when things happen with families and friends, your feelings are hurt. You're in your emotions, and sometimes you don't understand what happened, and a lot of times you know what happened. But nobody never want to come to the table and say, I apologize. I was wrong. I think we should get past some things. I think we should talk about some things. I think we should deal with some things. I think we should face some things because everybody think that they are right. And all the time we're not right. But the biggest problem that we have in all relationship is taking ownership to the part that we play. Taking ownership to causing division, taking ownership to causing frustration, taking ownership to causing a disagreement, and not making amends to it. See, we're good at pointing at everybody else's flaws. We're good at that. We're good at saying that you was wrong and I was right. We're good at that. We're good at saying if it had not been for what you said and what you done, we would be in such a better place. We're good at that. But when we do what we do and we say what we say and we act the way we act, we're not good at correcting it, neither are we good at fixing it. But yet and still, as I've said many times before, we love God, right? We have a heart of Christ. We're walking as Christ told us to walk. But God said forgiveness is 7 times 70, right? But we're not doing one, let's on 70. He says if you have an ought against your brother or your sister, go to him. But we go to everybody else except for the person to whom we need to talk to. And if somebody approach us with conversation, we don't want to talk, and we want to pretend like we don't have any knowledge of what has transpired. I know and you know we're all grown, right? But there are times when you need somebody to be there when you need them to be there. There are times when you need somebody to be just a listening ear. There are times when you need somebody to say everything is going to be okay. You can make it. You got this. There are times when you need that. And those times and the individual you need it from, your family, your closest friend, somebody you're dating, somebody you're married to, those are the individuals you look to get it from, but you don't get it. And so when you don't receive things back to you, you isolate, you shut down, and you shut out. When you isolate, you shut down and you shut out, and you start staying to yourself, not calling, not checking in like you normally do, then people start thinking something wrong with you or you're mad. But you're not mad. There's nothing wrong with you. You've just gotten to a point that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? You got to a point that you don't want to jump over nobody else's fence. You don't want to kick nobody else's door down. You want to make the first phone call or the first move. You've been doing that all the time to make amends, to keep peace. But nobody saw the efforts. Nobody appreciate the efforts. And so since you don't make the effort, since you don't make the phone call, since you don't make the move, they don't make the move neither. So you know what you do? You standing everybody standing in their various corners, and nothing is getting done. Nothing is changing, and everything is staying the same until somebody that has been quiet steps up and say, look, life is too short. But why do it take all of that? We're supposed to be adults, right? We're supposed to be adults. But it seems to me that we're adults when we want to be, but not adults when we need to be. The things that we should do, the things that we should say, how we should act, and how we should treat each other when we truly say that we love and care about somebody. Those words should come with actions, and they don't. We're about to wrap up this year. We're about to wrap it up. We're rolling into November, and we're still living in mess and messiness. We're still living in uncertainty. We're still living in unforgiveness. We're still living in hurt, blame, and pointing fingers. We're still living there. We haven't come to the conclusion that the person in the mirror may be playing a part to the problem. And what would you do when you find out that you are the culprit? Can you fix it or can you not? That's the question you need to ask yourself.